Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube creative studio. My name is Sonia and in this video tutorial I would like to show you how to crochet this amazing skirt with ruffles. This project is perfect for beginners. I will show you everything step by step. The skirt is crocheted as a one piece from top down with any light yarn and ruffled yarn. This skirt is for 2-year-old girls, but you can very easily make it bigger or smaller, up to you. The pattern notes are available in the info box below this video tutorial. There you will find also the links where you can buy the yarn and also my contacts. In case of any questions, you can put the comment in the box below this video tutorial, or you can reach me on my Facebook page, Pinterest and Instagram. I'm always there and happy to help. The written pattern is available for free on my blog. So if you are interested how to crochet this lovely cute ruffled skirt, let's get started. I will use a very beautiful shiny yarn. It's Lotus Looks Satin Touch, and it's a shiny acrylic yarn with subtle shimmering metallic thread. It's perfect for knitting and crocheting summer tops, blouses, dresses and applications as well. And thanks to the beautiful shine, any model will look luxurious. And I will also use the ruffled yarn Megan from the local shop Valnica, but you can also buy any ruffled yarn from Red Heart, for example. And I chose this color which corresponds with the violet yarn Lotus Looks. There are 15 meters in one ball, and I used up about 3/4 of this ruffled yarn. I will use 2.5 millimeters crochet hook. You will need some scissors and sewing needle. If you would like to use the marker, it's up to you. We will work in closed rounds, so it's probably will not be needed. Let's get started with a slip knot and then a foundation chain. I will chain 120 chains. It's for 2-year-old gal. Of course, you can make your foundation chain shorter or longer, depends on which size you are working on. So it's useful to take a measurement of your kids, measure the circumference around the hips or the widest part around the belly. Then chain 2, I don't count chain 2 as a stitch. Insert the yarn over and insert the crochet hook in the third chain from your crochet hook and make a double crochet. This is my first double crochet. Then place double crochet in each and every chain till end of row. The first part will be crocheted in rows back and forth with double crochet stitches. Okay, so one double crochet in each chain. At the end of this row, I will have 120 double crochet stitches. So let's make the chain and the waist as long as you need for you, for your kids, or if you are a granny, you would like to make this skirt for your granddaughters. My length is 53 centimeters, 20.5 inches. Let's start row number 2. Chain 2. I don't count chain 2 as a stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook in the first stitch and make a double crochet. I will place double crochet in each double crochet from the previous row. So no increase, no decrease. You will have the same number of stitches. I have 120 in each row. And make this part as wide or as long as you need for your size. I will make 5 rows, which is perfect to fold it and put the fold it like this, make a tunnel and put the ruffled yarn into this tunnel, or you can put into the tunnel any waistband you like. The wider is better for kids. Okay, so let me show you how you can pull the ruffled yarn, and at the end you can use the ends and create a bow. I think it will look amazingly cute. So make a bow as you like with the ends like this. Okay, perfect. So if you finish the first part, the waist, I would recommend you to fix the borders. So chain 1 and work single crochets evenly around the last double crochet stitches. Okay, so I will make single crochets around all last double crochet stitches, last double crochet in each row. Then we can join the corners. Okay, so bring the corners together and continue crocheting. Place a slip stitch in the corner on the opposite side, and then again chain 1 and single crochet around last stitches. Just make sure your project is not twisted. Okay, so join the corners carefully. Then we can join the corners on the opposite side with slip stitch, and here we are. We join the corners and there is a space for a waistband or for the ruffled yarns. And chain 3. Chain 3 is my first double crochet. Okay, and you can join and create a tunnel now or later on. It's up to you. So I will show you the pattern for the skirt now. So chain 3 and chain 1. Yarn over, skip 1 double crochet and work double crochet into the next stitch. So alternate chain 1 and double crochet, and always skip double crochet when you chain 1. So chain 1, skip 1 and work double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, chain 1, skip 1 and place double crochet into the next stitch. Here I would recommend you to have the even number of squares. So we are creating now like a small squares or small windows, and we need even number, or the number which will be a multiple of 2. Close the round with a slip stitch placed on the top of double crochet, so in the third chain. Slip stitch. We close the round and I have 60 squares or 60 chain 1 spaces. And in next round I will attach the ruffled yarn. So this is the position of ruffled yarn. The fans will go down like this, but you turn it towards yourself to find the small spaces. Here we are, and I will insert the hook into these spaces to attach the ruffled yarn. I will pull the ruffled yarn at the beginning. Okay, so insert the hook in the first 2 spaces. This is the exception. Then chain 3, the next double crochet in the same chain 1 space. Chain 1, yarn over, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn, and continue working double crochet in the same chain 1 space, and add 1 more double crochet. So in the first chain 1 space I have 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Skip 1 chain 1 space, attach the ruffled yarn and work double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Yarn over and place 1 more double crochet in same chain 1 space and in same space on the ruffled yarn. So we have 2 double crochets in the same space, then chain 1. Yarn over, insert the hook in the ruffled yarn next space and continue working in the same chain 1 space. Attach the ruffled yarn by double crochet stitch 1 and 2. So again in 1 chain 1 space I have 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, and I attached the ruffled yarn with 2 double crochet stitches. Skip 1 chain 1 space, work double crochet in the next chain 1 space, attach the ruffled yarn, 1 more double crochets, chain 1, and again add 2 more double crochet stitches and also attached the ruffled yarn. Okay, so easily speaking, 2 double crochet stitches, attached 1 space on the ruffled yarn. Okay, so in every second chain 1 space I have 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Look at my work. So this is the right side. This is how the ruffles will go. Okay, so now back. Turn the ruffled yarn towards you and continue crocheting. So in every second chain 1 space, work 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, and these 2 double crochets will go in 1 space on the ruffled yarn. Okay, let me finish the row. So insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn and into skip 1 chain 1 space into the next chain 1 space, work 2 double crochets, chain 1, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn and still work into the same chain 1 space and add 2 more double crochet stitches, 1, and the second will go into the same space, chain 1 space and same space on the ruffled yarn. Then we have to skip next chain 1 space into the next, work double crochet and attach the ruffled yarn. The second double crochet, chain 1, still work in the same chain 1 space, attached the ruffled yarn, So insert the hook into the next space and work 2 double crochets. Okay, skip the last chain 1 space and join the round with a slip stitch. So place a slip stitch in the third chain from the beginning. Perfect. So you see, in every second chain 1 space we place 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, and 2 double crochets attached 1 loop on ruffled yarn. Okay, so you see how we easily attach the ruffled yarn on the skirt. Now leave the ruffled yarn, we will not work with it, and I will make 2 more rounds. Okay, so just drop the ruffled yarn, don't cut it, and let's place 2 double crochets in first chain 1 space, then chain 1 and 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space. I didn't mention I will start the row with chain 3, which is my first double crochet, and now I chain 1 between the shell stitch. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, and now be careful and chain 1. Okay, so we do increase, so 2 double crochets in chain 1 space, then chain 1 and 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, and then chain 1. Perfect. I will meet you at the end of this round. We will close the round with a slip stitch. So 2 double crochets in last chain 1 space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, this is my last chain 1 space, then chain 1, super important, and join the round with a slip stitch placed on the third chain from the beginning. Let's make one more round with no ruffled yarn. Slip stitch in next 2 stitches, 2 move in chain 1 space, then chain 3, which is my first double crochet, and double crochet in the same chain 1 space, chain 1 and 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, 1 and 2. Now super important, chain 2, 1, 2. So we do increase again between the shell stitches. Then repeat the pattern, 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets in chain 1 space, 1 and 2, and now chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, now you have to skip the chain 1 space and work into the next chain 1 space and repeat it till the end of round. Join the round with a slip stitch, and in next round we will continue with ruffled yarn. Okay, so look at my work. There are 2 rows with no ruffled yarn, and the third one, so every third I will attach the ruffled yarn. Okay, so a slip stitch in next 2 stitches and chain 3, which is my first double crochet, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and let's attach the ruffled yarn. Now be careful and skip one space on the ruffled yarn. Okay, so skip one, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn. Then insert the hook in the same chain one space and work double crochet. Then chain one and attach the ruffled yarn the next space. Okay, so yarn over, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn and work 2 double crochets in the same chain one space. 1 and 2. So again 2 double crochets will go through one space on the ruffled yarn. Then yarn over, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn, and now it's very important, I will work in this chain 2 space, and in this chain 2 space I will place 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, so my pattern, and again I will attach the ruffled yarn. So chain 1, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn and still work in the same chain 2 space, and work 1 double crochet and the second one in the same chain 2 space and the same space on the ruffled yarn. Perfect. So we do quite a big increase in this round, so I place the shell stitch in each chain 1 space and in each chain 2 space. Okay, so there will be the number of shell stitches will be doubled in this round. Now again 2 double crochets in next chain 1 space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, and always attached the ruffled yarn. 1 and 2. Perfect. And now work in chain 2 space. Okay, so 2 double crochets, attach the ruffled yarn, chain 1 and 2 more double crochet stitches in the same chain 2 space from the previous round. 1 and 2. This is it. So look at my work. So there is a shell stitch in each chain 1 space and in each chain 2 space. Okay, here, 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 and so on. So I will meet you at the end. Now have a look on the strips of the ruffled yarn. As we skip the two rows with no ruffled yarn, you can clearly see that the first strip is about in the middle of the second strip. So easily speaking, the first strip of the ruffled yarn covers the first half of the second strip of the ruffled yarn, and this is what I will do till end of my project. So close the round with a slip stitch, make a slip stitch in next 2 stitches, and now I will continue with no increase, so chain 3 and then double crochet in chain 1 space, chain 1 and 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, 1 and 2, and work in each chain 1 space. So in each chain 1 space place 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, and this is what you will repeat in the next round as well, and I will not increase anymore in my project. If you want to make your skirt wider, you can make an increase as I showed you. So slip stitch in next 2 stitches, then chain 3 and a double crochet in chain 1 space. And when you make 2 rounds, we will continue with ruffled yarn again. Okay, so 2 rounds, and the third one will be with the ruffled yarn again. So skip 1 space on the ruffled yarn and work in the next one. Perfect. And in the same chain 1 space, work double crochet, chain 1, and again 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, and attach the next chain on the ruffled yarn. Okay, perfect. And if you want to make your skirt richer with ruffles, you can attach every space on the ruffled yarn with 1 double crochet. Okay, so 1 double crochet in a space on the ruffled yarn, and next double crochet attached with the next space on the ruffled yarn, and again you can attach the next space with double crochet and insert the hook in the next space on the ruffled yarn and make the second double crochet. So every double crochet before you start working the double crochet, insert the hook into the next space on the ruffled yarn. Okay, so now the ruffles are, let's say, there are more ruffles around the skirt, so the skirt is richer than in previous 2 rounds with ruffled yarn, and the length is the same. You see, again the end of ruffled yarn, it's about in the middle of the ruffled yarn in next round. And this is the inside pattern. I think it's also cute. You can use, if you don't want to use the ruffled yarn, you can use these instructions to create a nice skirt as well. So I will add 2 more rounds, no increase, so still work 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets in each chain 1 space, close the round with a slip stitch, and I will show you how to finish your work. So skip 1 space on the ruffled yarn and insert the hook into the next space and work a slip stitch in next stitch. Okay, so I will finish the round with slip stitches, and I will attach the ruffled yarn with every second slip stitch. So slip stitch into the next stitch. Please count chain 1 as a stitch as well. Okay, so there is, let's say, 5 stitches repeat, 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, so 5 stitches repeat always. And I will attach the ruffled yarn in every second stitch. So here I am. I will attach the ruffled yarn with slip stitch and then a slip stitch into the next stitch, then insert the hook into the ruffled yarn neck space and make a slip stitch, and then a slip stitch into the next stitch. Okay, so alternate slip stitch with ruffled yarn and a simple slip stitch. Perfect. It's easy, and you will continue till you finish the round, and we will finish our project when I close the end of the round. So this is it, my crochet friends. You can very easily make your skirt longer or wider. You can attach more ruffled yarn loops, up to you, or you can ask your girl or your granddaughter which skirt she would love. There are so many beautiful colors which you can choose, and this skirt is perfect for spring and summertime. It's very cheerful, very light. I love this style, and it's perfect for ballet as well. When I was a little girl, I used to do ballet, and my mom created the skirt with ruffles for me, and I really loved this skirt. So this is the rest of my ruffled yarn. I used up about 2/3 of ruffled yarn. Now you can cut the end, leaving let's say 1 inch more, and then we will sew this part inside on the wrong side. So use the longer tail and attach or sew the ruffled yarn, go back and forth just to fix the end of the ruffled yarn. Okay, and hide the end, and we are done. We are done, my crochet friends. We just finished the skirt. In the next part I will show you how to finish the tunnel on the waist part to make the space for the waistband, or you can put the ruffled yarn through it. I love this skirt. And let me measure the length of the skirt. It's the length is 20 centimeters, 8 inches. Okay, and approximately the width of the skirt, it's like a round skirt. It's 60 centimeters, 23 inches, so in total 120 centimeters, 46 inches, and this length is 14 centimeters, 5.5 inches. And as I told you at the beginning, you can very easily make a tunnel for the ruffled yarn. Pull the ruffled yarn through the tunnel and use ends, these 2 ends, to make a nice bow on the skirt. Okay, Isn't it cute? I love this style of ballet skirt. Or you can make a tunnel and put a bit wider waistband. Put it into the tunnel like this one. I think this is the proper size. Not too big, not too wide. And you can make a tunnel using, or you can attach the new yarn, and you can sew the ends together or attach the end with the end of the first part, the waist part, with slip stitches. So join double crochet stitches together with a slip stitch. So what do you prefer, sewing or slip stitching? Stitches together. Just one recommendation: please work loosely when you slip stitch, or you can use a little bit bigger crochet hook. Okay, so in my case I will create 120 slip stitches around, join stitch to stitch, and at the end you can just cut the yarn and hide the end on the wrong side. Okay, my crochet friends, so you already know how to crochet this cute skirt for girls. I think they will be excited to wear this skirt. And you see how you can easily put the ruffled yarn or the waistband into the tunnel. So this is it, my crochet friends. This is the end of my video tutorial. I hope you like it. In case of any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can put the comment right in the description box below this video tutorial. I used up almost one ball of lotus looks and one ball of ruffled yarn Megan. I made 4 rounds with ruffles, and there are 2 rounds with no ruffles between these rounds with ruffles, and the waist part. So thank you very much for watching, my crochet friends. Once again, if you like this video tutorial, please give me your thumb up and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Wish you happy crocheting, take care, and bye for now. Bye bye.